Respected chair, presenters, and esteemed gathering here, a very good afternoon to all of you. My role is as a moderator, so no fear of bombarding of questions. Firstly, when Shipra presented on Hindu nationalism, identity and marginalization in Indian diaspora literature in the US. Then first, about the identity of an individual with a group having bearing on individual itself and the group, society as a whole and group in particular. And then she focused on that how the identity was carried in terms of food habits, in terms of carrying music, literature, and create an entirely new space. In case of America, it was a sort of accommodation with adapting with a new environment, with keeping their own identity. About 50% of Indian diaspora in USA is belonging from the Hindu community, and the focus was on how historically this community was grown up and the concept of Hindu nationalism emerged, and how temples became a pivot of growth of Hindu nationalism and also became the channel or the catalyst for spreading the idea of Hindu nationalism among the coming generations. Then she focused on the space of this concept of Hindu nationalism in the literature, and also highlighted about the rewriting of the historical past, and a group or within a group like the Swarnas and Dalits controversy, and then in Indian diasporic literature, the social and cultural processes in Indian diaspora, how they have taken a change in coming course of time. The sense of displacement and rootlessness was also focused in this presentation. So how the Indians are experiencing away from India. And then she has also highlighted that no cohesion in Indian literature we can find about the diverse experiences of Indian diasporic community. So we can find bias towards Hindu nationalism. Here, I have an opinion that this identity is creating a barrier in making the diasporic community as a whole a unique identity in USA, which can hinder for having a great association with America in terms of better investment, better knowledge engaging in better knowledge transfer modalities. So these are hampering due to this segmentation. Dr. Amit presented on Indian diaspora in India's locust policy, and he started with that diaspora is important for building bilateral as well as multilateral relationship between India and the host countries and the region for which they are the part of. About 6.7 million Indians are the Indian diaspora community is residing in Southeast Asia. Still, this diasporic community has been marginalized in India's focus on diaspora. Then, how Indians have created their space in their host countries and how they have contributed in the adverse situation when India was passing through. But at the same time, they have expected that after the India's independence, they will get a proper identity, but it didn't take place because initially after the independence, India has taken a path where it was indifferent towards the diasporic issues. So the Indian diaspora, but after that, in last 2-3 decades, Indian approach has become more realistic, and now the Indian policymakers are more concerned about the role of Indian diaspora in India's development as well as India's bilateral and multilateral relationship with the areas where they are the host. Indian diaspora and in India's locust policy, it was found that now Government of India is taking great interest in flourishing Indian diasporic community. From 1991, the active association was started with ASEAN to engage this community with India. But still, India is not in position to use the historical links, bondings and geographical proximity in achieving the fruits of bilateral relationship. There is still the policy of disassociation towards the Indian community in Southeast Asia is going on, making a barrier in exploiting the links for the benefits of India as well as for the Indian ethnic community in the Southeast Asia is still going on. The need of an hour is to change the attitude of Indian policymakers to make the realistic policy for having great association with the Indian diaspora community residing in Southeast Asian countries. In this Dr. Anjali Saha's presentation, Giving Back to India, Investment Opportunities and Challenges, she was having this opposite or the diverse opinion. As in case of Amit's presentation, we found that there was a lack of this attention towards the diaspora community in Southeast Asia. But in case of America, we are more aware or we are more attentive for engaging the American Indian diaspora with the mainstream of India's development. Yes, that was the main concern, that we have a different notion for the single diasporic community residing in the different parts of the world. And then she has focused on why investment in India in 21st century is important and focused on the strengths of India. Listed out a lot of ways of contribution by the diaspora. And then while highlighting the role of Indian government, she was focusing on improving the investment environment. While dealing with the two projects, the National Priority Project and Wealth Management and Product and Services, she has highlighted that there is also we find that different parts of India are taking interest differently. That is why we have a variation in terms of engagement of Indian diaspora with different states of India. Then she focused on the various issues of dual citizenship which have been dealt in the question answer also. Then lastly, she was focusing that India has to create an environment which is less bureaucratic, which is less having less hurdles, so that those diaspora community in US can be engaged with India with in a better productive manner. In case of question answer session, the one question raised about the corruption. So she was highlighting on the less bureaucracy we need, less bureaucratic hassles we need. Yes, corruption is there, but we are with ICT development, the development on the legal side, we are trying to create a more fair environment in which we can attract investment and we can give a better environment to the investors. And the one this issue raised that why focus on America. So it is the area of specialization of particular researcher. Unfortunately, here the gathering is not belonging to that particular reason, but still the experience of research in one particular region, we can reiterate and we can have ideas from that experience which we can use in the study of different regions. Then about the open economy, yes, it is true that still India is not having totally open economic system, but we are moving towards that with more and more economic reforms. And about the nation, yes, India is a state, and diasporic, the term diaspora is related to the state connotation, right? Only the thing is that the people who are in the different part of this world belonging to a particular state are hindering to have association with a particular state or the homeland. And while in question answer session, it was raised that the northeastern people or the diaspora community should be engaged in developing the better links with the Southeast Asia. Yes, obviously, when we are talking about the engaging diaspora to raise the bilateral and multilateral relationship with the different parts of the world, then we are talking about the diaspora as a whole, the people who are belonging to India. Thank you very much.